Hi everyone. Oh, excuse me. This is just the start of a journal page of one of my girls, and I haven't shown the beginning of this one, so that's why I thought I'll just come in now and just explain a couple of things. So this is in a Strathmore spiral bound journal. I started off, I had a page that had some leftover paint and stuff that you throw on the paper so that you're not wasting all that paint. And so down the bottom here I drew a face, and then down the bottom I did some, I suppose it's called doodling, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, Zentangle type thing down the bottom here. That took like a bit of an evening. And then I came in and I've cut out some, or torn out some scrapbooking paper, and I've glued that down. Then I went over the top with some heavy body gesso. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. It looks like I've got a bit of colour in here as well, but I don't think, oh, I might have put a little bit in, that's right. I think I put a bit of the Distress stains, the tea dye one, and a greeny type one, I can't remember the name of it. And then after that, then I went over with my heavy body gesso. I've got I can never pronounce it, Atelier Distress. It's a really thick one. I really like it. I also have a thinner one, a Liquitex thinner one, but I like to have the two. I like a thick one and a thin one. They're quite handy because you get quite a lot of, texture. And you just use a credit card, or some sort of gift card thing to smooch that all on. And then I went in after with a stencil girl, and I just put them on with some transparent embossing paste. So that's where I'm at right now, and the next step will be painting, and I'll video that. Okay, see ya. Hi everyone, it's Jodie here. How are you all? Just thought I'd share this girl with you that I did in my journal. Previously I talked about what I had done to this point, so at the moment I'm just sketching in her face. I'm using a Derwent Inktense pencil, and I'm going over with a Caran d'Ache soluble crayon in a fleshy pink, and I will activate that with some gesso. So as you can see, that Inktense pencil is purple, so it's bringing in some purple tones. The Inktense is quite nice because once that's dry, it's permanent. It's not like some of the other pencils and things like that reactivate. Now I'm going back in with some shading around the eyes with some more crayon, but then I'll start using some acrylic paints. I use the Ceramcoat acrylic, but I also mix in on occasion my heavy body acrylics, which is the Atelier. Sometimes it's golden. It just depends on what exactly it is what colour it is, because I don't have all the colours. The whole time I'm sort of doing this, I'm looking at the eyes. I try to get it sort of, I could see while I was painting it that things were not symmetrical. Something was not right. I'm not sure whether it was because the hair is on the left hand side is closer to the forehead. It was probably not so much the eyes, but more of the, I don't know. Anyway, I spent a whole lot of time just trying to get things, and everything seemed to look all right when I was lining it up. So I think I just went with it in the end. Okay, so I put a bit of red Inktense in her lips, and I will... Oh, okay, now I'm doing some more shading. So I haven't activated that one in her lips yet. Now I am, and I put that under the eyes, because there's bits of red that turn up in all sorts of different places. Your face is full of all sorts of different colours. When I look at this video, when I can see the left eye is deeper than the right, I think I go in and fix that, and I know that at the end of this I still fixed things up, because when I was watching this video I could see, as I was like editing it, I could see one eye was a bit different to the other. So it's really just can be such a minute thing, but it annoys you. It's not until you're looking at it later on that you think, oh, that's why. It can sometimes just be the shape of the face or a few shadows or something like that. So yeah, just going through, putting in, getting the tone of the face, how I like, shadows, darkening up shadow around the eyes. You put it in, and then quite often I mix on the painting, mix the colours rather than trying to mix them off. In a palette, if you mix it on the page, you can dab it with your finger and push it back and bring it forward and all that sort of thing. Putting in the red, used a bit of acrylic paint. I think that might even been distress paint, so I use a mix of everything, so it's whatever's on the little palette things that I use. I sometimes use white, gesso is the white. Sometimes I'll use, I've got a student, one of my boys from school had some paints. I thought, oh, I'm not going to waste them, so I might use that as well. Spending a lot of time just trying to get the lips to the right shape. It's just with her face is on a slight angle as well. Your eye tries to make things straight. Don't know why, or mine was anyway. But, putting in the pupil, which is not just usually black. I usually mix a bit of black with some other colours, so that it doesn't look real when it's just straight black. So she's going to have like browny gold eyes or greeny gold. What am I doing now? I have a bit of white back in, because the paper had all that other stuff on it to begin with. I'm fluffing around trying to get the irises looking good, bringing in lots of different colours, because your eyes have all sorts of different colours in them. It's quite hard doing the two. I always find I get one eye just right then, and my eyebrows as well. You get the right hand eyebrow, but trying to get your hand to go the opposite way just doesn't want to work. It's funny. But yeah, you always get one looking good and the other one sort of, it's not quite the same. But then, we're not exactly perfectly mirror image. They've done those tests where they put a mirror, or they, do one half of the face and they mirror it, and you look different. So nothing in this world is symmetrical. It's all slightly different. So yeah, I mixed up all the bits of rubbish paint on my palette and put that in her hair and let that dry, and when it was drying it was like, oh, what have I done? So the next bit I go in with one good thing about it being quite a washed out colour was that I ended up removing a bit of it because it doesn't look right. I do struggle with hair. See, this is a bit where I take it out. So I've got a really bristly brush and I've just scrubbed that off, which made it look a lot better. I need to practice more with hair. It is something that I do struggle with. But it looked plus I think I had the hair coming down too far into her forehead. That was the other problem I had. So I fixed that up a bit, scrubbed it back. It's funny how you know the principles behind things, but trying to express it or show it doesn't always work out. And I think that's what I sort of understand with the hair, but obviously I'm not. Something I'm doing, I'm just not really getting the flow of it as nice as I would like. Parts of it I think, yeah, you've got that really good, and then the other bits are like, oh, what are you doing? You know, that's not so good. So at this point I'm putting some white reflections, put some white in and then dab it out so that it's sort of more mirror-like. Yeah, this is the bit where I put back a bit of her forehead because her hair was coming too far down her forehead. Her ears look a bit off as well. So here I am pointing out all the bits that I don't like. I sometimes think I overwork the hair because I should just leave it and just go in with some pens or something and fix it up that way. So yeah, I tried to use my Sharpie, but my paint was a bit wet, so I possibly have wrecked that one. That will be a bummer. Now I'm trying to do the eyebrows. Yeah, because the left one's like, what's going on here? I might actually have made the one on the right a bit far in too. I might go in and paint that back a bit or something. It's funny how you don't see things when you're looking at it. It's not till you're looking at like this as I'm recording it, and I'm thinking I can see more things that I need to just tidy up. I think your eyes overcorrect things. You're fluffing around doing some more here, putting in some darker lines and some lighter lines. And darkening up the eye because the eyeball was very white, so putting in a shadow to make it look round. I did a bit of a mix of what was in her hair, tiny bit of black to make it a bit greyish, greeny grey. Put that in. Yeah, the eye on the right is a lot darker than the eye on the left. I think I need to do a few little adjustments to fix that. Alright, this bit is, I should have painted all these before I cut them out with my die cut. That would have made life a lot easier, but no, I had to do it the difficult way. So that's all I'm doing. Is I quite like how the paper turned out. It's just my drawing paper. So yes, so still, obviously the eye thing is annoying me because I keep going back. But the one on the right certainly is a lot darker. I've even gone back since filming this and fixed up the one on the left, but it still looks like it needs a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gluing these down with some matte medium, and because it had a lot of Dylusions, that dye spray, I knew that would reactivate, so I was trying to be careful. I mean, when I started out doing this page, I didn't really know the direction. I knew what her face was going to be like, but as for the rest of the page, I sort of I never really tell. I mean, because I go away and have a think about things, and you'd be lying in bed at night and you think, oh, that would be a good idea. So, of course, I was thinking about cutting out these flowers and spraying them. I mean, I've lost the scrapbooking paper. You can't even see what that looked like anymore. And then it's like, oh, it's quite dark. This green darkens it all up. I've got to bring this colour back somehow into everything else. So I was trying to, put a bit of gold. So here I am trying to fling a bit of gold around, and that wasn't really working. And then I cut out a hole like this, spraying it on, trying to get some more gold. And then I'm dripping it, and then I'm thinking, hang on a minute, actually that looks quite good if I drip all that down. So next thing I do is I'm squirting it with water and trying to get it to make it to run. So I'm back on my little easel and I'm spraying it with water and tilting it and mopping up bits and drying bits. I hope you don't get seasick watching this, flinging it around. And I actually quite like how this, it certainly looks a lot better. And spraying a bit more gold and trying to get it to drip. And so that turned out pretty good, that part. And then I had to, since I've got all that tealy green, I went in on her eyes and put a few flecks of tealy green into her eyes. This is where I'm going around with a dark brown pit pen, rubbing that in. And I'm just about finished. I put a little bit of teal in as well with a pit pen just to unify it all, and basically that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video of this journal page. Until next time, take care and keep crafting and painting. Bye.